The bunny hop is a technique in cycling that is synonymous with mountain biking. You do see it used in plenty of other forms of bike riding, but there is something of a natural fit with bunny hops and the off-roader. That is probably for the simple reason that a mountain biker has a vastly higher incident rate that requires the bunny hop, or a trail feature or a trail line that suggests a bunny hop might be a good choice. There is also the natural flow of a trail that may not only suggest a bunny hop, it will quite often manipulate your body position and weight transfer in a way that will make a bunny hop happen naturally, which is great because sometimes riders just end up learning them by accident. The bunny hop enables a rider to lift both wheels off the ground in a smooth trajectory. The front wheel lifting first, followed by the rear wheel. In the middle of the move, both wheels are clear of the ground, with the front wheel traditionally landing back on the trail first. Although the technique can be tweaked by the rider so that the rear wheel can land before the front. This ability to get air means the rider can clear roots, rocks and logs on the trail. The technique can also be tweaked to allow a rider to change their line on the trail in a sideways direction, allowing the rider to transfer across breaks in the ground, crossing gullies and cambers. With forward momentum, the bunny hop even allows a rider to ascend up onto levels in the oncoming trail. Things like vertical ledges created by rocks on the trail or very steep banking in the trail. Obstacles that, without the bunny hop, would either require the rider to stop or slow down significantly. It brings a huge amount of options and versatility and control to the mountain biker. It allows a rider to maintain momentum on the trail. A fallen log on the trail is now just a slight pause in your flow, rather than a heavy braking moment. Every lip of a jump, any short sharp upward shift in a trail is now a takeoff point for airtime, because the bunny hop is a big part of understanding how jumping works too. So in some respects, it's a complete technique and a tool in its own right. That said, it is also a precursor to controlling a secondary move such as jumping, drop-offs, and pumping through rollers. The amount of options the bunny hop brings to your riding is hard to quantify, but it is a lot. The technique is so versatile that once learned, it's hard to remember what you would have done without it. The original basic move quickly morphs into various versions over time, and those versions become a habitual reaction to telltale scenarios when out riding. You can position your bunny hop in several ways when it comes to how important it is. If we consider the basic bunny hop, one of a modest height like 20-30 centimeters, this level of bunny hop should rank very, very high on your must-have skill set, because just mastering a bunny hop of this level will be plenty enough to accelerate your ability out on the trail by a much bigger amount. Massive amounts. Less high on the ranking would be mastering impressive bunny hops that can propel you up and over large obstacles, unless trials riding is an ambition. Then bunny hopping takes on several more variations that are highly advanced and have a use case specific to trials. If you desire to impress friends in the car park skills area, then a big bunny hop should be high on your radar. But like I said, that small bunny hop, it can't be underestimated. The bunny hop is a classic. In terms of adoption, there isn't a skill that will stand the test of time better than this one. It is so versatile and lends itself to so many different situations that it could never go off the menu of required learning in the mountain bike world. In fact, as riders become faster, it is still an ability to bunny hop that often creates the opportunity for invention on the trail to create some new line or shape that helps the rider in question maintain or even increase momentum. Not many other techniques can unlock so much understanding of other techniques. That makes the bunny hop a very interesting skill to learn. As mentioned previously, it quickly becomes part of your riding, a natural reaction out on the trail, as well as the grounding to other more impressive skills. The bunny hop also has a strange ability to mystify the onlookers who either don't know anything about mountain biking or they're a fellow rider who hasn't mastered the bunny hop skill yet. This is because the bike seemingly remains glued to the rider as he or she jumps in the air. this being the result whether the rider is clipped in or on flat pedals. In either situation, the bike seems to hover below the rider with no strings attached. The move itself was perfected by the early flatland and skate park BMXers in the early 80s, the original inspiration being the trick called an ollie in skateboarding. In those early days, it was sometimes called the donkey kick because of the bucking bronco movement of the front end lifting and then the initiating lift at the rear end. In the late 80s, the early 90s, when mountain bikers started racing cross-country in big numbers, it was the riders who had transferred from cyclocross who immediately had an advantage in the racing due to the fact that they became familiar with a regular bunny hop obstacle in the racing format. And from those times onwards, the bunny hop has been a big part of the mountain biker's skill set. In trials riding, there have been many key players who have pushed the boundaries of how high a bunny hop can go. World records in the 90s, when I was young, were at just above 40 inches. As new variations of the skill, however, were discovered in the preceding decade, the height records have reached beyond 50 inches in height. But out on the trail though, where the regular mountain biker would use a bunny hop in the way we're really focusing on in this video, it's really hard to beat the high-speed downhill and enduro racers that have masterful skills when it comes to bunny hopping, although their use of it is masked in extremely technical and subtle skills. Pre-jumping drops and rollers, carrying speed into the crest of descents, clearing rocks and root sections and scrubbing over kickers, all to maintain pace. A racer uses the bunny hop in so many ways, but in almost all cases, it hardly ever looks like the original basic move. It's become that precursor skill that has developed into something really special and often style-defining. Well, it's never going away. It is sticking around for sure, and that tells you something about the value of spending a good amount of time learning, thinking about and then mastering the bunny hop. The payback is huge and it cannot be overestimated. Well, if you aren't sold on the bunny hop yet, consider this. Imagine a great mountain biker, one that's really impressed you either at the local trails or out at the bike park. You know the rider I'm talking about. It's the one that's got all the skills you want. And it's the rider that comes to mind when I say think of a great mountain bike rider. It's simple, really. That rider came to mind because they have impressed you with their riding or their riding style. It's as simple as that. Now, that rider is the one to look to for the model of how you can improve your riding. But imagine this, simply take the bunny hop away from that rider and try and imagine them doing the things that have impressed you thus far. Now, they're not quite as good a rider, are they? That should tell you how to value the bunny hop. I'm sure if you've got this far, you're starting to evaluate your own ability to bunny hop. If you have already mastered it, then this will be confirmation for you that learning it was a great idea. If you're learning it and you're struggling, then this should be some fire to keep you focused on following through on the time it really needs, and it will come, and when it does, you'll never look back. If you're totally new to the bunny hop, then of course you should be excited about starting to learn this skill. Don't be put off by the seemingly mystifying ability of others to use this move. Until it's in your skill set, it will be a mystery, but gaining some understanding and some progress with learning does come quick. After that, all you need is time and practice. Let us know in the comments down below what you would like some analysis on next, whatever skill or event or rider or bike. Until then, it's goodbye from me, and make sure you love, like and share on all our social channels. See you next time.